Whiskey sour. It's happy hour, y'all. David's got 2 drinks today. He's got a whiskey sour that I made with Satsumas. And he's got a, what is that?
Campari
and soda. So here we are, everybody. The show is live. We don't know if we have any visitors yet. The show is live, and it is Friday, one day before Saturday, which will make it 1 week since the election was called for Biden. And you know what that means? That means that Trump is suffering from premature election. So, welcome everybody to David's COVID Courtyard concert happy hour. We're always glad to see you. For all of you who've made it through another week during the pandemic, congratulations. It takes more guts than you know. Someday people are going to look back on this and be stunned that you got through this without knifing your loved one, putting your cat in the food processor, or whatever. Because this is some tough stuff. However, there's some good things to look forward to. The Biden transition plan is up. If you want to go look at it, you can. It's called buildbackbetter.com. And buildbackbetter.com. And you can find out what they're doing. Dave Hovde, we have certainly enjoyed your bird watching. You still don't have as many as we do, although the ones you've got are flying down here right now. So I guess in a way they're both of our birds. Let's see, who else is here from far away lands? Anybody? We got 7, 8. Who's up there? Dave Hovde's there.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, say something. Say hi.
On,
we're looking for David's sister, as usual. We got to find David's sister, Paulette. Tell us what you've been doing this week. This has been a crazy week. Is this the week that lasted a year? Or is that last week that lasted a year?
Last week lasted a year.
Hey JC, we're still loving your canoe in the dark photos and the sky. Angela, what are you drinking today?
What are we drinking today?
Okay, you've got a whiskey sour and a Campari and soda, which means you're gonna vomit later on.
No.
But somebody gave us I need y'all's help with I need y'all's help with a bunch of stuff because we have to talk about the holidays because we want. Hey, Polkaside's here. I have to talk about the holidays because I have this theory. Ever since this started, I've been listening to Dr. Fauci, and Dr. Fauci has been like on target. And this is sad news because it looks like at some point we're going to hit 2,000 people a day. So, hey, Christian, ça va bien? Bienvenue. So, I'd like to know what your COVID holiday plans are. That's the thing today. And I also have some questions to ask you after David begins his concert, which I may just break in and just start talking because I've had a whiskey sour too. So David, say hi to everybody.
Hello everybody. Thank y'all for showing up on another happy hour.
Manhattan's for Angela.
Happy hour COVID
Courtyard concert, which is still hard to say.
It's hard to say even with a what is that? Whiskey sour. Okay.
When Angela comes to visit, she's going to make us Manhattans for days.
Cool.
And Polkaside's going to make us rum punch.
Can't wait.
Penny Pennington is, poor North Carolina. We saw it on the news yesterday. We are so very sorry. Keola.
It's the year that doesn't quit giving. So yeah, Louisiana today we had 3,649 cases of COVID over 24 hours. They added another test, the quick test, which they say is not as accurate as the one they stick up your brain, with something like 30 deaths, 40 deaths. So we're within.
How many? Are you sure?
Yeah, it was 3,649. And
that's cases.
Cases, 39 deaths in Louisiana, and about 15 more people on ventilators. I think that's what the governor said. He came on. In Louisiana, if you're not familiar with this, we have a Democratic governor, but he's been dealing with all the guidelines of the pandemic with the CDC and the White House task force, as well as President Trump. And he's done everything they've said to do. Louisiana is a Republican state, so some of our Republican lawmakers, which there's a majority in our state legislature, decided to sue the governor and said that he was acting like a dictator, making everybody wear masks and stuff like that. Well, it just so happens that a judge struck that down yesterday, that they said the governor has every right in the world to make this mask mandate. And it just so happens that out of the 63 people, the 63 representatives of the state legislature that did this, about 40 of them came down with COVID. So I don't know. It'll bite you on your ass. Yes.
Yeah, so, I'm serious. If you are a fan of all of insane human beings, please check into Attorney General Jeff Landry, who has the worst bromance with President Trump.
He is,
and please check into who's the guy who shoots people?
Clay.
Cajun Justice. Clay Higgins.
He's in the federal. He's a federal. He's a congressman.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's still Louisiana
He's still
politician.
insane.
Yeah, he's still insane. We have another insane story for you. I want to suggest to you Lamar White Jr., who is a very, very fine writer, has a little newsletter that he writes. He also writes books. And when you're looking for Louisiana nutball crazy, please check out Lamar White Jr. for your nutball crazy Louisiana news, because he can condense it, and you literally, I think it was either this week or last week, both of which lasted 10 years, I'm jaw dropped. I can't fucking believe it. So please check out all the Louisiana insane news. We love having you here.
If you're interested, yes, go right ahead.
Oh yeah, Charles Ward. Isn't Lamar awesome? I'm so glad you know him. Yeah. So y'all's drinks. Dave Hubdy's doing Pinot Noir, which is lovely. Oh, Angela, that many cases in Illinois? Yes. Oh, I'm
it's really bad.
So sorry.
They said it was coming. They said most of this was due to Halloween and all the rigmarole that happens in Halloween, and so now no one wants Thanksgiving. They're canceling Thanksgiving.
This is the reason I have some Thanksgiving questions for y'all, but David's gonna play.
It's time to play. I gotta stop drinking.
No, keep drinking. But there was something else. Penny Pennington. That's who I wanted to talk to. She says she's okay, because those North Carolina floods were just horrific.
And you know something, y'all?
Yeah.
There's another one in the Caribbean, and it's doing the same thing as Eta. It's going into Nicaragua, and it's going to pop out into the Caribbean, to the southern Gulf.
Do y'all all remember your Greek alphabet? Look at David.
I took Greek.
Hey, Michelle. Keep drinking.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's to our erstwhile republic.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. And when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You will never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. They all missed you last week. Love you and make you happy if you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, will regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You told me once, dear, that you really loved me, and no one else, dear, could come between. But now you left me, and you love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Christian, this one's for you. Tu es mon soleil, mon unique soleil. Tu me rends heureux quand c'est le gris. Tu ne saurais jamais, mon cher compagnon, je t'aime. S'il vous plaît, ne prenez pas mon soleil loin. Thank you.
You never do the French.
I never do.
No. Guess who's here?
Who?
Susan Brady.
I saw Susan Brady's name.
Can you believe that? Topo Gigio.
Topo Gigio's there.
Thank you, JC. That was really sweet. I was over in the corner pulling out some corks out of wine bottles to let them breathe. This whole show takes more wine than you know.
Thank you, Paulette, for sending the $10 to buy a bottle of wine. I really appreciate it.
Is Paulette here?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I have a couple of requests. Shoot, I forgot what they were, though. Doggone it.
Your pick case looks like an open-mouthed toy. There you go.
That's why we have a director for this
That's
outfit.
right. I know, Penny, isn't it nice? He sent it into, who did you send that to?
Who?
The French version of You Are My Sunshine. It went to a TV show for some...
No,
What?
actually...
WWZ?
No, that was...
Was something. Or When the Saints Go
Saints
Marching.
Go Marching In. We did that in French too. Mm-hmm. No, many years ago, it was Beausoleil with Marc and Anne Savoie, and we played with the Baton Rouge Symphony at what was called then the Centralplex. It was Jimmy Davis Day, the guy that wrote "You Are My Sunshine," and we did it in French. So they did a round, where the symphony would play the chorus, they'd play the song, then Jimmy Davis would sing it, then we'd do it in French and vice versa. That's why I have only I have is just the chorus in French. I never translated the whole thing, and I don't think it's too much trouble. Christiane will have to do that for me if she has
that
time,
would be sweet.
because I don't mind doing it. Well, so let's see. I don't really have. I have a couple. I have to remember that. I know there was one was the French blues. That was JC, and you asked for something else. Doggone it. What else did you ask for, JC?
Is anybody else having short-term memory problems because of the election? Because over here, it's endemic. David can't remember what shoes to put on. But it's everybody, actually.
I'm going to find out what JC said, because he wrote it. I know that I hate not doing the...
He can type. He can tell us right now. JC,
right there. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
See, I
That's
told you. He
perfect.
always knows what he wants to hear.
That's what it was. Coulis Roder.
Coolie right there.
That's right. Okay, well, you got it.
Make sure everybody knows what a coolie is.
Well, we'll do that first. Coulis Roder is a song that I learned from Canray Fontenot, and also listened to Mr. Okta Clark. I'm not quite sure exactly the history of the song. I just know that the way the words fall, especially with Canray, they'd go out into their camp and get really drunk, and they'd get into these lines of songs. Et la tombée sur la coulée Roder. And so it make everybody laugh. I fell into the Coulis Roder. This version I sing is a hybrid of a guy gets so excited that he has a date for Saturday night, and he ends up with a bottle of whiskey, and he gets drunk, and he falls in the coulee rodeo. The little coulee's like a little stream, very slow moving ditch or whatever with water in it. So that's what the song is, and it's just fun to play. So I worked up a version, kind of a blues version of it. I did this on the first album, Quand j'ai parti.
Le dîner gâteau joli malade, ça préparé dimanche après-midi. Il y a les beaux, ça prétendu. Il est tombé, mais dans la couleur d'armée, ça fait du mal. Le dîner gâteau joli malade, ça préparé pour un bon temps. Il y a les roses, ça prétendu. Je vais tomber, mais dans la couleur d'âme, ça fait du mal. Le dîner gâteau joli malade, ça préparé dimanche après-midi. Il y a les roses, ça prétendu. Il est tombé, mais dans la couleur d'âme, ça fait du mal.
Hard not to love that. Angela, here's the story about why Cajuns get drunk and fall in ditches. You know how Americans love grids? Well, Louisiana, South Louisiana doesn't like grids. We don't have grids. What we have is these little bitty chunks of weird ass land. Cajuns in particular, because they've been there for over 300 years. And some of the land's gone one way, and some of the land's gone another way, and some of the land's gone this way. But all the land needs to be drained because, of course, you know, we're low. Louisiana's low. It's not as low as some people think, but it's low. So you have to dig the little ditches to drain the water off the fields. And so my deal is this. If a Cajun gets drunk, falls in a ditch, at least it keeps him close to home. So that's the whole thing. And everybody's got a story, because if you have a party or something like that, and somebody gets pissed off, starts wandering off, they're going to fall in the nearest ditch. And so you'll be able to find them. So if you ever come to visit, we'll take you over to Scott and we'll show you all these little ditches. And although it's kind of hard now to put your imagination on top of what it must have been like, there are a few places where when you look at it, you go, oh my God, that would be so easy to fall into. So that's one Louisiana girl's theory about why Cajuns get drunk and fall in ditches.
That works for me.
Does that work for you? All right.
I'll drink to that.
All right.
That
Satsuma.
That Satsuma whiskey sour is pretty good.
Yeah. Satsuma's Louisiana citrus fruit. I don't know if y'all have them. They're very small and they're very ugly. But in David's family, they call them peeling oranges. In my family, they just call them Satsumas. But they are unbelievably sweet. They're not like any kind of orange you've ever had before. And we highly recommend them. You could probably order some. Maybe it's too late this year, but next year you can order some from Jean Bagnell. But what do you think? Don't you think everybody should have a Satsuma once in their lives? Also, this time of year, people use them in. You can baste the turkey with them. You can do anything with a Satsuma that you do with an orange. So I didn't have any oranges, so I made Satsuma whiskey sours. So David, how many ditches have you fallen in?
Well, there was one in Hawaii.
Oh, David, see, Hawaiians and Cajuns, so close, so close, just like this. Yeah.
Well, I used to have a front ditch in my
I fell in that
my dad's
one.
house. We sit in the front ditch and drink Jack Daniels and watch the cars go by.
I fell in your ditch in Scott.
That's true, you did.
I did. It's
We got
easy.
some ditches.
We got a lot of ditches.
Well, since I'm in this tuning, let me play this song. This one, this is also from the first album I did, Quand j'ai parti. It's called The Balfa Waltz, The Waltz, The Balfa. I saw a photograph of...
You got ditches in the back 42.
There's ditches everywhere.
Everywhere.
We have ditches in the streets in New Orleans. In front of the Kingpin, there's a ditch. Someone posted a picture of Rodney Balfa. Rodney was one of my heroes, guitar heroes, Cajun guitar heroes. He also played harmonica. Not everybody knew that. And there's a picture of Rodney with his harmonica playing, and he was one of the most soulful rhythm guitar players, as well as singers and harmonica players. So this song I'm going to play for them, for the Balfas. Let's see. That happens, Dave. The cottonmouths who live in ditches.
See, Dave, how'd you know?
Everybody knows it.
Everybody, yeah, there are a lot of snakes. There are. Look, here go Pocus-Eye. I backed my truck into our front ditch, pulled it out with the fire truck. See, I'm telling you, the coastal areas of the American South are all about. Were you drunk? Or did you just accidentally back? You shouldn't have been driving your truck.
I was wondering why my guitar was falling off. I didn't have a strap on. Anyway, this is a song called The Balfa Waltz, La Valse de Boulfa. It's a song about a guy who decides to go call on his girl unannounced and finds her in the arms of another man. Kind of makes him upset.
Quand j'ai parti de la maison, j'avais fait mon idée. J'étais parti pour chercher pour mourir au bout de mon sang. j'arrivais à ta maison, j'en ai trouvé un autre avec toi. Mais ça cassait mon cœur, j'aime mieux mourir que voir ça. Tous les 5 jours dans ma vie, dans les 3, dans les 5, pour passer les 2 jours, avec toi, j'aime bien mourir que voir ça. Quand j'ai parti de ma maison, j'avais fait mon idée, j'étais parti pour chercher pour mourir au bout de mon sang.
The Battle for Waltz. That's pretty depressing, isn't it? Let's do something that's a little less depressing.
Well, do you have something that's a little less
Oh
depressing?
man, this is one. This is another. This is a Dewey Balfour song. Dewey wrote this. I'm almost in the right tuning for it, so I don't have to change much. It's called Quand j'étais pauvre, and it's got the Cajun ethic. Here's a guy who wants to go visit, go dancing. He goes to the dance hall, but he's too young. Nobody wants to dance with him, and he's too broke. And then he gets older and has money, and then he's too ugly. No one wants to dance with him. So how you like that? Can't win. This is one that Al and I used to do every time we played. All right.
Et quand j'étais petit, joli et si capable, à cause j'étais pauvre, le monde est trop droit. Et là, la chance, j'ai fait le peu d'argent, allant pour cotiser le châtiment. j'étais petit, joli et si capable. À cause que j'étais pauvre, la monde est tout au noir. Elle a eu la chance, j'ai fait le peu d'argent. Allons pour cotiser la châtiment.
Hello, Bill Bennett.
Hey, Bill Bennett. How's it going, my friend?
2-chord songs.
Keeping everybody honest, I hope.
Bill Bennett's out there keeping the world honest.
Hollywood.
2-chord songs to me are the best.
2-chord songs may be.
They rule. I'm going to play an instrumental.
You are?
Yeah, because I've been thinking about this, and it's November, and our good friend Tommy Como was tragically killed in November in 1996, I think it was.
Happy Friday to you too, Bill Bennett. As always.
This one is a song that we did on our L'amour, la folie record album.
CD, upload,
CD, whatever you call
download,
it. Whatever.
around the park load.
This was the one that we won our first Grammy with. This one, fair and square.
Right, because the other one was a cheat.
No, we didn't have to.
They
compete.
did. They stuffed the ballot boxes.
We didn't have to compete with the Bulgarian Women's Choir.
The Bulgarian Women's
Bruce
Choir,
Springsteen or
Bruce
Bob Dylan.
Springsteen and Bob Dylan, perennial winners
And
in David's
the
category.
Indigo Girls too, who always used to beat us out every year.
Did the Indigo Girls ever lose to the Bulgarian Women's Choir?
Yes, I think everyone lost it.
Everybody lost it. Listen, if you haven't heard the Bulgarian Women's Choir, it's no sad thing to lose to them. Let me tell you, those women can frickin' sing. I think they're men though, aren't they?
I have no idea.
They can sing though.
This was a medley we put together. Tommy liked to play some songs. He'd always try to find songs for us to play. One of them is a Blind Uncle Gaspard song, or Delma Latchney song. I do not remember the name of it. The first one is, I think, a song that Michael wrote for it, and we simply call it a chanson for Tommy. And it's like based on a New Orleans funeral. And if you don't know about those, you'll have, if you have a second line in the street, they'll play a slow song, like a dirge. And then the band will come in and play a fast song, you know, like You'll Fly Away.
You take the dirge to the cemetery.
And then
you turn around and you celebrate.
So we kind of did that with this song. So this is a thoughtful piece. It's almost that's thoughtful. And I worked up a flat pick version, a solo guitar version, with just a flat pick, not finger picking, so it's a little different.
So you're gonna sort of stay in the sad place for a while.
Though it ends up happy.
Oh, it ends up happy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Chanson pour Tommy Como. Tommy played Beausoleil from the start. Everybody still misses him. He was a great guy. Doctor, great musician, great friend, great pal. Always there to lend some help and stuff. So we all miss Tommy. And that song is definitely for him. All right. So here's another.
Doug Stutz is here.
Hello, Doug.
Doug knew Tommy. And Eric Chasson is here. Hello, Eric. Hello, Doug.
Eric Chasson.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Son of a gun.
Eric Chasson, if you can hear me, do you remember the one game when we were freshmen in high school and there was no one to operate the clock for basketball? And I don't know jack shit about basketball, so Coach Denny made me operate the clock. And I'll never forget, I don't know who we were playing, Fatima, whatever it was, can't remember.
The girls' basketball team.
And, you know, the clock is stopped because whatever scored. So, you know, one of y'all were, you know, you or Robert Durbaz or Bobby were, you know, on out of bounds. You were going to throw the ball inside. And I started the clock. There was 2 seconds left on the clock. And the clock beeped halftime before you even threw the ball. I thought Coach Maloney was going to kill me. And I said, dude, I don't know how to operate the clock. Y'all just asked me to do
So
this.
there was 2 seconds left on the clock,
Yeah, and I
and
screwed
Chasson
up.
was going to throw it in.
Yeah.
And you hit the button. You hit the buzzer. Oh my gosh, David.
Well, I did not, you know, like I said, I had no business operating the clock. You know, sorry.
So this is why you're very reluctant to volunteer to do anything,
You're
right?
damn right.
These are hard-won life lessons, right?
They stick with you.
Yeah. I got that.
And if you remember that, then you have a damn good memory. Well, I'll tell you.
Well,
you know,
maybe he doesn't remember
it
because
comes
he
up
didn't
to me
get
every
yelled
once in a
at.
while. Yeah. I mean, okay, it was 2 seconds. And so I said, well, it looked like y'all threw the ball, but you did this. You faked, and I started the clock, and then you threw the ball. So instead of 2 seconds, we only had 1 second.
Ooh, it gets deeper.
So
It gets deeper and deeper.
I think we won the game anyway.
This is probably in the Louisiana sports legend story.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think it must be.
Anyway, this is a
The
request from
day that
JC.
David Doucet hit the buzzer.
Athletics and I don't know. I like
Athletics
the
and
idea
me.
of them. This is a request from JC, and this is from my sister Paulette. It's called Je m'endors, or we call it French Blues. Are you going to be a problem, Butternut?
Uh-huh, told you.
Butternut.
Oh, he's skulking.
There you go.
Skulking.
I played this a couple of weeks ago, and I have to tell the story. I'm not going to tell the story. All I'm going to say is this. I come from Scott, Louisiana, and there was a sign in Scott that Hurricane Hilda knocked off the bottom part. But Scott, Louisiana, just west of Lafayette, is known as where the West begins. And the bottom of the sign used to say, and good friends meet. But now it's just where the West begins. Everything west of Scott was always regarded, and probably still is, as the Badlands. So this song is centered in Crowley, Louisiana, which is about 20 miles away, 30 miles away, about a guy that's trying to get home and not get robbed by the highwaymen. So he's got a little jug of whiskey on the saddle horn of his saddle, and he's got some brass knuckles, they fut eye. And in order to pass the time, he's thinking about all the pretty brunettes and blondes that he's met or wish they would love him. And that's basically what the song's about. And the title of it is called Je m'endors, which means I'm sleepy. So it's kind of, he's trying to stay awake thinking of the pretty girls and still not get robbed by the bad dudes. It's a beautiful song. It's a really big ballad. Je m'endors,
j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde. Où les gens de Crawley sont toujours dans les chemins, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher l'enfer. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde. Avec la joie au pompon et la ferraille à ma poche, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher à m'affaire. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde. Je m'endors, et j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil est couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde. Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde.
Je m'endors, the French blues. And yes, Zachary Richard is from Scott, and I believe he's our third or fourth cousin, Charles. Because I haven't seen Zach. Well, Ralph, we call him Ralph. In our family, he's Ralph.
Cousin Ralph.
Cousin Ralph. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, we ran into him a million years ago at the Napoleon House, and it was just basically set him up and let him roll. And Ralphie told absolutely some of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life. And I think we laughed, so we were the last people to leave, weren't we?
Yeah, always.
Oh my God, that was funny. I mean, it was almost like this night is so funny we actually don't need to see you again. But I understand he's doing, didn't he just make a new record or something?
I'm not
There's
sure.
something. He's in
He
the
narrated
news.
the Acadian Festival, the virtual Festival Acadian. I think he does have a new album out though. Anyway.
Anyways, in the news But he has all sorts of different ways to get in touch with him. So, and Christian, absolutely, you're his cousin too. If you're our cousin, you're Zachary's cousin. So do look him up. I gotta tell you something. In his prime, he was a looker. He was as cute can be.
Character.
Is it un character? Bien sûr.
Christian, what's
So what else you have?
Well, I don't know. I need some.
Oh, Mel Harrington is here.
I know some Mel's
Hi,
there.
Mel. How's it going?
I told Chad that I'm going to play my Earl Verrett accordion today, and he says, "Boy, your arm's going to wear out." I got it. It's right there. I'm going to play a couple of songs on the accordion and come back to the guitar, I think, because Mel's there.
Our neighbors are back from D.C., so we haven't really, we haven't broken them in on the accordion
We're going
yet.
to see if they like this. Actually, they came to see us once at Wolf Trap. So
Of course, they sort of hear us cussing all day long, so.
I don't cuss all day long.
Oh, pardonnez-moi.
God. This accordion, I hadn't played this in ages. It was built by Errol Verrett. And Evangeline is his label. Evangeline. Mark Salvaz is called Acadian. And the one I play normally is my nephew Matthew's, Michael's son's, made by Leland Culligan. This one I bought from Errol Verrett by 1980. He charged me for the reeds and the wood and the work, and so I still have it, and it's a great accordion. I learned on it. It's a bitch to play. It needs some adjustments. I need to bring it to have. But the nice thing about this accordion is, not only was a friend of mine that made it, but the reeds that Errol used were the reeds you can't get anymore. These are Italian reeds, and they end up costing too much. So most of the reeds that are used in accordions built today in Louisiana and all over the world come from either China or Japan. I think it's China. And it's just more economical. And so if you look at an old Monarch, the original accordions that were used in the 1920s, they would say right here on this part of the accordion, steel reeds. I don't know what else you can make reeds out of, but they would say steel reeds, and they'd have this like beer and also Worcestershire sauce. They have those winners at certain things. You know what I'm talking about? Those little stamps that they have on labels. You know.
Oh yeah, winner of the Palme d'Or.
Yeah, they'd have those all over on the accordions, the old ones. They don't do that on the handmaids because there's no, you know. But anyway, so let me warm up on this.
Are there still like German contests where you can get?
Probably.
Huh? We should look that up. Where's Brooks? He can find out about German accordion reeds. Where is he?
This one's called the. It's a song from Nathan Abshire. It's called the Shoe Pick.
tout seul. Moi je vais lever moi tout seul pour faire les petits poulets.
Whoa. Guess it plays pretty good.
It's about to jump out of your arms.
It requires a little muscle.
Uh-huh.
It's not that easy to play. So I'll play my favorite Todd Clark song, which is called La Valse de Grand Mèche, the Waltz of the Big Marsh. It's a song when your folks tell you not to do something, you got to go ahead and do it anyway. Like don't touch the hot stove or don't go walk on the furnace and see what happens. This one is don't go walk in the swamp. But the kids were smart. They found some cows and they got back home because they followed the cows when the cows came home.
Jared? Yes, indeed, huh? Jared Bro is here all the way from North Shore.
Jared.
Yeah, you
Comment
right.
ça va, Tichu?
Yeah, you right.
It's been a long time. I know you've been busy talking about all the flooding that you have from all the hurricanes we've had in Louisiana.
And your garden.
I think
We got another one, right? Zeta, Eta, Beta?
I don't think that.
Theta, Zeta,
It's
Theta, Theta.
Theta, like they say.
Theta.
oui, te veux la faire. You t'en as pile des patates et des gâteaux. T'es dans le savon, pour chercher mon châtiveau. J'ai tombé sur mon logo, j'ai fait du malado. You t'en as pile des patates et des gâteaux.
Some, but you can't get it anymore.
You had some, but you're not going to get no more.
David changed his profile picture. I'm gonna stop watching if he doesn't put up with the Mardi Gras costume.
I lost.
Are
that
you
picture.
ready for that?
I lost
Y'all ready for Mardi Gras? We haven't
I'm
even.
always ready.
You're always ready. I know Jared's always ready. I tell you what, we'll see what we can do, Jared. We'll find something. Oh, we'll put you on there. We'll put you on both of our profile pictures. Mr. Mardi Gras himself.
There was a couple of questions. Let's see while I was doing that. Except they just passed. The Collings breakdown. Oh, you want to hear that one? You want to hear the column? It's column, like the Column Hotel. The Columns breakdown. Okay, JC. Boy, you got a good memory. Damn. Unless you want it on guitar. JC, you want that on guitar or accordion? I was trying to remember while I was playing. It's kind of hard to play and read these things while you're doing it. But
that's what I'm supposed to be reading them to you. So
I know,
you
but
don't
you
have
were
to
busy
wait.
looking at your phone, so you didn't see a couple of them.
No,
that passed by.
I'm here.
So, I know what it was. This week, last Thursday, a week ago.
JC said both.
Thank you, sir. I can try to see if I can do it. I can play it on
He
harmonica.
could just play it for the next hour.
Keep on for like till 10 o'clock tonight.
Over and over and over
I wanted
again.
to say that the show that Michael and I did, we recorded at Chicky-Wawa back in June, debuted for a week, starting Thursday a week ago, and it ended, well, supposedly ended yesterday. It's still up there. If you go to Beausoleil avec Michael Doucet Facebook page, the video is still there. I don't know if you send a tip for that, it might go for whoever's currently being playing. But the video is still there. So that was, if you missed, Michael playing and stuff like that, there's that one. The one that we did a couple of weeks ago, right after the hurricane here, was on liveconcerts.com. I think it was what the site was. I don't know if you can access that show again. We do have plans to do a Christmas show for December the 19th, I believe. Unless, of course, the whole world crumbles between now and then. Our plan is that we're gonna do some Christmas songs. The day after Thanksgiving, on Black Friday or whatever they call that day, I'll pull out some of my Christmas songs because I actually have recorded a semi-solo.
Oh,
Christmas
did y'all
record.
hear that? That's an actual announcement. So Christmas music on Black Friday this year,
Yeah,
okay?
a couple
Which
of
is
them.
actually, you need to check into those streaming things because you actually don't know.
True.
So
I know that the one that Michael and I did at Chiquiwawa is still available if you go to our Bosley avec Michael Doucet, and also if you scroll down on my page that I shared it, you know, whatever you call it. That one is still there, and that was really done. We did that with mics, and there were 3 cameras, and I thought it was very professionally done, and it sounded really good. So I recommend that one, and the songs were kind of cool. It was weird. It was right at in the middle of the seriousness of the pandemic, so it was kind of weird. We're all wearing masks till we played, and it was very, very weird. There was nothing going on. This was early in June or late May, so when we did that. So I'll play a little bit of the Columns breakdown, or the Columns special that I call, which is really a song that the guy that made this accordion, he wrote that. Errol Barrett wrote it, and he would call it the Bayou Sorrel. That's what he called it. That's a lot of information. Perhaps me to talk too much. Columns special.
Sora the cat likes accordion, apparently.
Who?
Sora the cat.
Oh,
The cat in Alexandria.
cats like accordions for some reason. They like to go, especially in an accordion case. That's what
Yeah,
they like
that's true. They love accordion cases. Okay, so while David figures out what he's going to do next and grabs the guitar or whatever the hell he's going to do,
do.
we're going to take I'm going to take a survey, okay, y'all? So as you know, this Thanksgiving is going to be real different. We can't go charging around like we normally do, go see friends and all the rest of this stuff, because they found out that small gatherings are blowing up just as badly as large gatherings. New Orleans is very lucky because we can be outside, but at the same token, who wants to get sick and spread this shit around? So here's my survey question. If you were going to have the baked good of your choice on Thanksgiving morning, like if somebody dropped it off on your doorstep, would it be a muffin? Would it be a scone or a scone? Or would it be, what else do we make, David?
Pancakes. No.
No, you can't put a pancake on somebody's doorstep.
No. It has to be some sort of cooked
Scones, muffins.
Scones.
Muffins, or donuts. Jared, pie. That's always a good idea. Thanks for weighing in. We got one for pie. Charles might be in New Orleans for Thanksgiving. That's good to know.
That's cool, man.
So, what did we decide? Muffins, scones,
Oh, those little donuts that you talked
or
about.
donuts, right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Because outside of that, we can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for not Cajun blues.
Although I could try for apple turnovers. Although it might be hard. Might not be. Too bad. Anyway, so this is what I'm planning on doing, like baking for 5 days before Thanksgiving so that I won't get depressed about not being able to go to Florida. Okay, I can't put a pie on your doorstep. They have the muffins, scones, or donuts. Cobbler. I make a freaking great cobbler too, Angela. Doggone it. They're all asking for leaky stuff.
Yeah, they are. They have no leaky stuff.
I might be able to make a pecan pie tart. Would that work for y'all? Tarts. How about that? Tarts. I could do tarts, muffins, scones, donuts. Those are your choices. Tarts, muffins, donuts, scones. Oh my God, banana cream pie.
Okay, y'all. Y'all getting out of hand now.
Y'all's doorsteps are gonna look funny. I'm gonna leave them out there. Every raccoon in town's gonna come out. We can do this.
We still got a week to decide.
2 weeks.
Well, I know, but with all them.
Well, this is a survey because next Friday you're doing, no, it's Black Friday, you're doing your Christmas songs.
Right.
All right. Hi. This is for breakfast, y'all.
All right, so this is something that I saw a friend of mine yesterday. He's the one that suggested I learn this song, and I actually learned it.
Who did we see yesterday?
We just waved at him. Cato.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, we're going to the American sector.
It's American sector right now. Play a couple of blues. Request from last week that I have to go dig up the words for. This is another one. This is called the bridge song that we're going to get into the American songs, the English songs. It's called The Floating Bridge by Sleepy John Estes. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. Well, I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater when I was here. When I was going down, I throwed up my hand. When I was going down, I throwed up my hands. When I was going down, I throwed up my hand. Lord, please, please take me on the dry land. Now they carried me out the water and they laid me on a bank. Now they carried me out the water and they laid me on the plank. They carried me out of the water, they laid me on the bank. About a gallon of muddy water I had drank.
Now they dried me off and they laid me on the bed. Well, they dried me off and they laid me on the bed. Well, they dried me off and they laid me on the bed. I don't like muddy water running through my head. Now my mama often taught me, son, don't be no bum. My mother often told me, son, don't be no bum. My mother often taught me, son, don't be no bum. Go somewhere, settle down, please find someone. Now the people standing on the bridge were streaming and a crying. Well, the people on the bridge were screaming and a crying. Now the people on the bridge were standing, screaming and crying. Lord, I thought for sure that I was dying. I never will forget that floating bridge. I never will forget that floating bridge. I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater, I was hid. Tell me 5 minutes underwater, I was hid.
Boy, it's a sad song, huh?
You're in a very sad mood today for some reason.
I feel great.
I know, but you've got sad songs on your mind.
Maybe that's good.
You're doing the catharsis thing?
Maybe so.
Probably not.
This was from our friend Doug. He had requested this one from last week. It's another sad song, unfortunately. When John Hurt was rediscovered, he had to, he didn't have a guitar. So obviously he was a little bit out of practice. And he'd gone to the Library of Congress to record some songs, and he started remembering, but this was after touring a little bit, and he started remembering some songs. I don't think this was one that he recorded in 1928 or 29. But he called it the Cow Hookin' Blues. And it's got I have a couple of different versions of it, and one is, it almost sounds like the Avalon Blues, if you're familiar with John Hurt. The other version actually deals with a cow, and so I made the third version, Cow Hookin' Blues number 2, I call it, but it's really number 3, is a combination of both versions, the previous version. I mean, no one slapped my finger or anything, so I'm not in trouble. The interesting thing about this song, that's the exact same chord structure as the Avalon Blues, but it has a different rhythmical structure, and that's what makes it so difficult to play all of his songs. Well, I woke up this morning just about the break of day. I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning just about the break of day. I went in the barn this morning, and it was just for a day. I went in the barn this morning. I went in the barn to give those cows some hay. This morning I walked out to the barn. I woke up this morning.
hooked me with a great long horn. Well, I feel just like I've never felt before. I feel just like. Can you see good people ain't gonna feed no cows no more? Oh, in a daze this morning I walked out to the bone. In this morning, that old cow, she hooked me with a great long horn. I woke up this morning just about the break of day. I woke up this morning. I hugged my pillow where my baby used to lay. Well, the girl I love, she done give me the blues and gone. Well, the girl I love, well, the girl I love, she done give me the blues and gone. I went down to the river's running up and down. I went to the river. I had the blues so bad I started to jump in the drown. I had the blues so bad I walked out to the bone. I walked out to the bone. That old cow, she hooked me with a great long horn. Lord, she hurt my heart, might have heard me crying. She done hurt my heart. Ooh, that's some blues, huh?
Yeah, like I said, you seem to be there. But, I mean, it's a good place to be.
Well,
Why did the cow have horns?
I don't know. I didn't.
Just
Like I said, I put together two versions of the song. One version didn't have anything to do without any cows at all.
Okay.
The other one does.
All right. Just wondering about the cows and the
That is a good
horns.
one, Doug. I know. Here we go. Here's a Jimmy Rogers song now.
Yeah. The Singing Brakeman.
The Singing Brakeman.
Jared.
I'm not answering that one. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all are funny.
And we've discovered that they all eat pie for breakfast, which I thought was only like a Southern thing.
You discovered what?
They all eat pie for breakfast, apparently.
Oh,
Except,
okay.
so Dave Hovey rolled in with the cake donut after he said pie. So
Cake
I think the donut might win the day. because everybody else wants pie, and I can't leave pie out overnight.
You like that pie, huh?
They like pie. I can make those little mini pies. But do you eat mini pies for breakfast?
Shit. I'll eat anything for breakfast, man. Come on.
Wait, Thanksgiving morning, you don't hardly ever eat one.
No, I wait, because usually on Thanksgiving morning I'm cooking. I don't have time to eat.
Exact. That's the reason
So
why it's a gift to give somebody breakfast.
So this year I don't know what we're going to do.
We're going to drop off mini tarts.
For years and years I rambled, drank my wine and gambled, and then one day I thought I'd settle down. I met a sweet little lady, she told me that she'd be my baby. We built a cabin in the old hometown. A yodeling, I can't forget my good old rough and rowdy way. Them old days keep calling me always. I may be rough and I may be wild, I may act up but it's just my style, 'cause I can't forget my good old rough and rowdy way. A yodeling, yodeling, yodeling. Sometimes you'll meet a bounder who knew me when I was not around her. He grabbed my hand and he'll say, boy, let's have a drink. We'll go down to the pool room, get in the game, and then soon it's broad daylight and I ain't had a way. I can't forget my good old rough and rowdy way. Them old freight trains keep calling me always. I may be rough and I may be wild, I may act up, but it's just my style, 'cause I can't forget my good old rough and rowdy way. A yodeling, yodeling, yodeling. Had to play one Jimmy Rogers song, huh?
Well, yeah, because he's the best.
Jimmy Rogers is the best. Last week I played an instrumental from Sam and Kirk McGee. And I realized that I didn't really mention them greatly because I told you I learned the song from listening to a Leo Kottke album. And that was The Last Steam Engine Train. So this is a song that, although I didn't own the album, my friend Raul Bro owned the album, but I made a tape of it. Of course, who has a cassette tape these days?
You do from Ann Southlaw.
I got to get one somehow, it's true.
Our car had one.
Yeah, that car's gone.
Somebody came and stole our catalytic converter, so the whole car was totaled.
So
It's a sad story.
this
Very,
is
very sad story.
very sad, but what we got is a good car.
Yeah.
So Sam
But
and
it
Kirk...
doesn't have a cassette player.
No, but if I have it on, you can CarPlay it if you have it on your phone.
True that.
So this was a song, some of you may have heard of the Louvin Brothers. They actually did a tribute to Sam and Kirk McGee and did this song. And the reason why I bring it up is that, coming up playing music, a person has lots of influences, and most people, they follow the regular path. If you play Beatles songs, Bob Dylan songs, and you go into play Rolling Stones songs and do all these, rock and roll and stuff, or folk tunes and stuff. And the path that I took was a little different. Finding the people that invented the music that what we get today, the tones, the guitars, and all this stuff, is what I was interested in. And Sam and Kirk McGee were on the Grand Ole Opry. They played guitars in a band called the Fruit Jar Drinkers for the dancers that would play in between sets in the Grand Ole Opry, and they also did their own shows, and they played into their 90s. And Sam had had a beautiful pre-war D28 that he played. It needed set up, it sounded bad, but it was a beautiful guitar. Anyway, this is a song that they did, and I've never really done it Dee Dee knows the song because it's old timey sounding, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. And they call it the Southern Moon. Blue and lonesome, long, tall and sad, thinking of the Southland, the best friends I have had. Oh, when I see that southern moon, I want to croon a lonely tune. I want to meet my sweetheart there in the lane. Hear those old folks slowly refrain, that southern moon shine down again. There I was happy, nothing worried me. Southern moon was shining, shining down on me. Oh, when I see that southern moon, I want to croon a lonely tune. I'm gonna see my sweetheart there in the lane. Hear those old folks slowly refrain, that southern moon shine down again. That steamboat beaming down the river, stop and wait for me. I will help you with your cargo, you will ride me free. Oh, when I see that southern moon, I want to croon a lonely tune. I want to meet my sweetheart there in the lane. Hear those old folks slowly refrain, that southern moon shine down again. That southern moon shine down again.
You could do a whole day of Jimmy. Oh, that wasn't Jimmy.
That was Sam and Kirk McGee.
But he did do it.
Good songs though, old time songs, you know. So I'm glad I did.
Smith is here. We haven't seen him in a long
I know
time.
you've been hiding, Smith. That made me think of another tune. What was it? It's hard to think of a tune while you're playing a tune because then you get all screwed up.
Hello, Thomas.
I know what it is.
What?
I was thinking about our cat, our defunct cat LB.
Defunct.
And this was LB was Little Bit was his name, and he passed on a year ago, and he was a great cat. And this was his song.
Smith, you have COVID?
No.
Are you serious, child? Let us know if you need anything. Good heavens. Or is he teasing? He always teases me. I don't know.
I don't think he teased about that one.
Nobody will tease about that one. Yikes. Phew.
So Roy Acuff and the gang played this song, and it's called the Steamline Cannonball. And the reason why there was LB's song, Little Bit Song, is that Little Bit didn't really move very fast, did he? He was kind of it was an interesting cat because he hated, his ears were very sensitive, so if it was very loud, like those fireworks or Mardi Gras, with Mardi Gras beads, people walking around, he would hide, and it would wear him out. So he would show up like the day after
Ash Wednesday. Instead of having a hangover, he was just exhausted from being tense.
And so we thought he was sick. So I remember
we took him to the vet one day after Ash Wednesday, and the vet checked him out, and she just called up and she said, he's just tired. So he was kind of a prima donna cat, but he loved music, and he moves along like a cannonball, like a star in its heavenly flight. Ended up being LB's song. He had great economy of movement.
Yes, he did.
However, he was a superb hunter. So he had, what is it, rapid twitch muscles? He could kill anything. He was a great hunter. But for the most part, he just sort of hung out.
He just kind of slept all the time.
And then when he got tired during Mardi Gras, a lot of tired.
One more LB story. We used to have a washer and dryer was against the wall right there, and he went missing for a couple of days.
Yeah, we could hear him, but we didn't know where.
Could hear him, and he had this really. He was a Maine Coon, so he didn't have a very loud voice. And I went to wash. I was washing some clothes and opened up the dryer, and guess who walked out of it after 2 days? It was LB. It was a little. I'll never forget.
We never turned it on, thank God. So he was in there. David's convinced the other cat put it in there. Smith, you will let us know if you need anything, okay?
So when Doc Watson played this song, he kind of mimicked Roy Acuff because he recorded this first. And Roy Acuff started this off as a waltz, and Doc says, what cannonball, streamline cannonball ain't no waltz. So it's she moves along like a cannonball, like a star in its heavenly flight. The lonesome sounds of the whistle you love as she rambles on through the night. It's a long steel rail and a short cross tie. I'm on my way back home. I'm on that train, the king of them all, that streamline cannonball. She moves along like a cannonball, like a star in its heavenly flight. The lonesome sounds of the whistle you love as she rambles on through the night. I can see a smile on the engineer's face, and although he's old and gray, a contented heart, he waits for his call on that streamline cannonball. She moves along like a cannonball, like a star in its heavenly flight. The lonesome sounds of the whistle you love as she rambles on through the night. Let's play it on guitar. Headlight she beams out in the night, and the firebox flash you can see. I ride them blinds, it's the life that I love. Lord, it's home, sweet home to me. She moves along like a cannonball, like a star in its heavenly flight. The lonesome sounds of the whistle you love as she rambles on through the night. Rambles on through
like train songs.
Train songs are good. I've got a lot of those.
Yeah. Have we haven't done that as a theme? We did.
Yes, we did.
We did because it was the First Families of Virginia,
I
the
played
flying FFV.
That's right. We just played a dozen of them. Man. Whew. I don't remember all those damn train songs I had to go learn that week. That was a good one. That's for LB though. That's a great cat. Munchkin had a song. We had another cat named Munchkin. He had a song, but he liked Hawaiian music.
Yeah.
He liked the flat
He
flat
did.
key.
He likes slack key.
He really did.
We have a Hawaiian Easter every year, and y'all are welcome to join us as soon as the plague is over. We'll figure out how to jam y'all in the courtyard. But every year we play Hawaiian music for Easter, and Munchkin was a real fan of Hawaiian music.
He loved Gabby and he liked Sonny Chillingsworth.
Yeah. So how does Zora like the music, Charles? I like cats that listen to music. It's cool. Train songs.
Let's see here. I played this last week. I think it's still apropos for the political climate that we're living in today. Whatever. You know,
We haven't even had any we didn't even get to have any champagne
No,
because he's not.
I told Dee Dee yesterday, and y'all can too. On your web browsers, go to loser.com. Tell me what pops up.
Oh, that's so funny.
It still might be. One of y'all go to loser.com and tell me what you find.
They may have. This may be old news. You may be.
It may be old news. I don't know, but Dee Dee didn't know about it. So
I didn't know about it. It's true. But I'm always sort of behind the curve. So
this is a song that I played last week. I'm gonna play it again because it's a good song, and it's called "I'm Ready for the Times to Get Better." It was written by a guy named Alan Reynolds, and Doc recorded it as well as Crystal Gale.
this is a great song.
Wrong accordion. Wrong
Wrong
harmonica.
harmonica.
Doggone it. I don't think I play harmonica on it, but you never know.
I want to know who made the song first.
Crystal Gale.
She didn't write it though.
No, Alan Reynolds. He might be in her band.
It's
I
the
really don't
nicest lick I ever heard.
I've got to tell you, I've been racking my brain, hoping to find a way out. I've had enough of this continual rain. Changes are coming, no doubt. It's been too long a time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. It's been a too long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. You seem to want from me what I cannot give. I feel so lonesome at times. I have a dream that I wish I could live. It's burning holes in my mind. Well, it's been a too long time
with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. It's been too long a time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. Well, it's been a too long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. Well, it's been a too long time with no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. That's a cool song.
That's a really cool song.
I was really surprised when Doc recorded that, but you know it fit, and he played that almost to the last day that he was alive and playing music. Found a great version of that with him with David
That's
Holt.
a great song. It's stupid. The words are perfect. This continual rain.
Mais c'est vrai, ça.
Right?
Well, it looks like we still got somewhat of a situation in the White House. Somebody won't give it up.
Big baby.
I don't have any baby songs.
He's a big baby.
Big baby. Give it up, brah. You can't lose by over 5 million votes and say you're going to have another.
It's up to 8.
It's, oh, Jesus.
Or 7. I don't know what it is. It's millions. Yeah, Charles, I think so too. And Zora, it's cool that Zora. Cats do like music, and you can tell.
Yes, they can. Here we go, J.J. Cale. Have you heard the news that's going on here? The man in charge, he just has to go. He dances around the problem, boy, and the problem isn't the man in charge, you know. Now the young knows what I'm talking about. It's a con in the old man's game. The man in charge, well, he just don't know what he's doing. He don't know the world's changed. Well, the power seems to be so far up. The man on the street, he ain't got no clue. The high top cats are running your life. They think the problem is me and you. Born in a time that has gone by. The old tell the young just what to do. Have you heard the news that's going around here? The problem is the man in charge of you. The problem is the man in charge of you. Power seems to be so far up. The man on the street just ain't got a clue. The high top cats are running your life. They think the problem is me and you.
Have you heard the news that's going around here? The man in charge has gotta go. He's gotta leave. The man in charge has gotta go. The man in charge has gotta go.
We'll see
Yep.
what happens.
You're right. We'll see what happens.
Lordy.
It's not going to be pretty, though.
Nope, it isn't pretty now.
Although, do warn your friends who might be supporters that if they give him any money, he's just going to take it. He's not going to spend it for them.
Yes. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We'll play a couple of more songs and get on, mosey on out of here.
Yeah, because we have to make supper. What do y'all, okay, so next week, okay, you're going to have to decide whether or not it's going to be scones, muffins, or donuts.
Are we shipping
No
this out?
pie. No, they're going to help me figure out. I'm going to be a Thanksgiving elf, and so
Okay.
are you.
All right.
We're going to deliver breakfast to all of our friends, except for the ones who live across the lake. He wants dirty rice anyway.
Jared, come make your own.
Jared wants dirty rice for breakfast. Thank you, Pocus. I love you. Somebody got gunned down.
A little bit of windy and warm because I think it's cold in the rest of the country. It's warm here. And so we what?
Dusty, I look forward to my pecan donut tart.
You got it, buddy.
Now, you see, someone's listening.
Somebody's listening.
Dude, that's gonna, we're gonna, I cannot wait till I start throwing flour around. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe
Thank
next
you,
week
JC.
We'll find out what's happening next week. Well, this land is your land. This land is my land. From California, from the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me
that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roved and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of our diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, and the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That sign was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I've seen my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living. Excuse me. Got a frog in the throat.
That's some Campari stuff.
Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Y'all be safe. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart. Tip if you got the money. We appreciate it. I am a musician. We have no jobs. And we'll be back next week. Please send some requests. And y'all be safe.
Tell us what you want for Thanksgiving breakfast.
Yeah, we got Thanksgiving breakfast. Maybe. If you tell us early enough, maybe we'll ship it. All right, y'all. Be
It's
good.
entirely possible. We have a bunch of boxes left from last year.
Thank y'all. Y'all be careful. Be
Au
good.
revoir.
Thank
A
you.
bientôt. Thank you.